Welcome to Flip the Switch with Allie, where satire meets reality. Nobody knows what's really going on in the show. We just do what we want.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. This is Jake.
That's
He's our special guest that shows up every now and then.
Every now and then.
So, if you've been following the show, you definitely know who Jake is.
No, I don't know who I am, so there's no way you can know who I am.
Touche. That's a good point.
I totally know who I am. I know myself better than...
Well, make up your mind.
No. Why?
Fine. So today we're going to talk about Christmas because I love Christmas.
Christmas. Woos! Yeah!
Mm-hmm. Exactly that. I'm not going to lie, that was really super loud. I wasn't expecting all of that.
Ask and ye shall receive.
Thank you. So, I do want to go ahead and get this out of the way before we start talking about Christmas. I'm on TikTok. The show is on TikTok, and I do use that platform as my own personal TikTok. And, you know, we make fun little TikToks when we're here with the green screen, stuff like that.
It's fun sometimes.
So, Jake thinks it's frustrating. It is kind of. You know, you sit there forever and you make your little thing, and then it's not perfect, so you have to redo it. And it takes you like an hour to get this like little 15-second clip.
Or longer.
Yeah. Gosh, that first Jake's thirst trap video is on there. It's pretty good.
Actually, it is pretty good.
It is
and
pretty good.
She tricked me.
It's such a good video, though. He's got like a vacuum
It is
cleaner.
a good video.
Yeah.
And I actually
I
thought the whole vacuum thing was weird. And I asked other people, and they were like, "No, a man vacuuming is so hot." And I've got like the crazy eyes on while I'm vacuuming, like it's straight up crazy eyes, but it's still like.
We had him doing house chores, you know, kind of as a satirical thirst trap. But I mean, he's a very handsome dude, so you know, dashing, if you will.
Dashing, that's a good word.
Dashing and prancing and donning and vixing.
I'm dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the hills we go,
laughing all the way. How did I know that was coming?
Yeah, actually, you probably did. That was too good of a setup. I couldn't resist.
Walked right into it.
I mean, it was like you walked into it on purpose, though. You were like, I see this coming. No, I don't.
It's okay. That's why we love you.
Do you know?
We do. So, anyways, getting back to TikTok, because I definitely do want to talk about Christmas. We actually have leaked footage from a potential movie involving some of our favorite characters, but we'll get there in a second. So, stay tuned for that. It was definitely fun to make.
It's pretty funny, yeah. The
So-
Gilberts are a fun time.
This TikTok that I made, now there's this video going around with these nurses, and you guys know that I am a former healthcare worker. I was in nursing school. I absolutely love healthcare, and I love working in healthcare.
Let's hope none of those people are watching this, because now they'll stop looking for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if they would go ahead and check, you know, the page out, but I mean, let's be honest. I don't care. So basically,
What I mean by that is, though, like trying to find the hospital you work at.
oh, well, I don't work. I don't work at a hospital.
They
so.
didn't know that until right now.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't care. That's why I don't care. So basically, this video was circulating about labor and delivery nurses. Okay, and they have icks, like things that make you go like ick.
Things that make you go ick.
Yes, exactly. So one of them said, you know, when you're holding the baby in your arms, you just delivered a baby, you're holding it in your arms, and you're like, how much does it weigh? But the nurse didn't have the opportunity to weigh it yet. You know, apparently that's common. They were talking about dads that are in there with 2 different birthing mothers and stuff like that. And, you know, so just very situations that go on there. And one of them said, you know, like when you're at an 8 out of 10 pain in the beginning of your labor and you refuse pain meds because, you know, later you're going to be in a lot of pain and, you know, you're going to want the meds.
That sounds painful.
Yeah. I mean, if it's 8 out of 10 in the beginning, you're headed up a steep hill quickly.
You're gonna make it to at least 12 at some point.
That's what I'm saying. So another nurse said when the family members come up to the nurse's station and you're not using your call light, you keep on making these trips up to the nurse's station. And especially when you're on a floor with infants, they have they're brand new to the world. You don't want to introduce them to a new ick, if you will, new germs and whatnot.
Why would people not use the call light? Like, that's...
Exactly.
Like,
and that's what these nurses are saying. Like,
convenient.
why? Yeah, like, it's there literally so that you can be like, a ring-a-ding, hello, I need something. That's exactly what it's there for.
Help! Help!
Do you remember those commercials back in the day? Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
That's like
Thank you, Life Alert.
It's like a call light from like miles away.
Yeah, that was probably like at the pinnacle of technology of the time. Life Alert.
Right.
Dun, dun.
I'm sure that still exists too.
I remember how corny like the commercial was when the old lady like is very obviously acting, and she's like reaching up. Anyways. So with this particular video, yes, go ahead. So, like I said, they made these icks, and when people are making constant trips to the nurse's station, they could be spreading any kind of germs that they don't know that they have, and you're on a floor with infants. Definitely use the call light. Not only that, but it helps nurses prioritize. So, while the nurse is going through her list of patients, she has to prioritize who needs her the most. So if you're not using your call light, but you're making trips up to the nurse's station, you're kind of saying like, hey, I'm really important right now, and I need a blanket, or I need a glass of water, or whatever.
Something simple.
Right, when other people are literally like coding and whatnot. And then when people aren't coding and the nurses are just sitting there, trust me, they have their charting to do. It's like a million, every single task that you perform, whether it's changing somebody, giving them medication, or, just giving them a Band-Aid.
That's a lot of icks.
Well, there's one more that I want to talk about that they mentioned. I forgot it for a second.
I mean, I distracted you, but I distracted you on purpose.
I was looking at the looking. Oh, he's looking at me.
Yeah, he turned to you like he's like...
I don't know about that guy. He's a trickster.
So,
so one of the other nurses was talking about when, dang, I can't remember it.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Ooh, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So, anyways, these nurses all got fired. They got fired from their job. They didn't get fired because they, violated HIPAA. They did not get fired because they were talking bad about patients. They were just saying things that happen that, people don't understand that they do, that like adds to the whole stress of things. Okay, on top of that, there's a nursing shortage right now. Nobody wants to be a nurse because it's overworked, underpaid, and like nurses have a lot of responsibility. So, while they're sitting there making all these charts, and they have to chart every single thing that happens while they're there,
everything has to be documented. Yeah.
Yes, and everybody's lives are in their hands. So they have a very important job to do. And within this nursing shortage, I made a video, and I don't always have the best way of explaining things in the heat of the moment.
You're just blunt and
right. But I saw something that really upset me. Okay, so I saw the ick videos, and
passionate.
Well, when I first saw the videos, this is what I thought. I was like, man, I wouldn't have posted that. That's kind of like, even though it's stuff that people talk about in the break rooms of hospitals.
It should stay in the break room. It doesn't need to be out into the rest of the world.
Right. I mean, like I said, they didn't break HIPAA policy. They, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do anything really wrong. Exactly. And they tagged the hospital almost like it was like a public service announcement, like they were like, doing something good or something like that. So in the midst of all of this, these nurses get fired in the middle of this nursing shortage when people need nurses the most. And so I saw this other TikTok that this lady made where she's like, oh, when you find out that the ick nurses all got fired, and then she starts playing like the little violin. Okay, listen. That is pretty tasteless. And so many people were saying, you know, oh, I'm so glad that those nurses lost their jobs. Now, even though it's something that I wouldn't have done,
losing your job is a bit extreme.
There's a couple, yeah, they could have been suspended or whatnot, but the hospital had to save face, and they had to fire those people because of all the people that are making a huge deal out of this. Now, they're saying things like, I wouldn't want my nurse to talk like that, and now I have a couple of points. I don't know any nurses that have never gone to the break room and vented to other people. Technically, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they're not supposed to do that because you could tell which patients they're talking about technically if it's not yours. But really, everybody shares patients. We rotate so that we don't have the same patients, you know, day after day. So you get to know all of the people really that are there. Okay? Now, I don't know anybody that hasn't gone and, you know, complained about a patient. So when it comes down to it, these nurses, your favorite nurse or your least favorite nurse, they are saying things. If you're being disruptive, you're being a jerk, you're being super kind, whatever it is, they're going to take note about it and they're going to talk to each other about it because this is our jobs. And sometimes you just see, there was one night on a COVID floor where during that shift, 5 people died. And you know what I mean? I was afloat on that floor, so I was just kind of helping. So what do you think I got to do? Everybody else was busy doing compressions on these people that, you know, we even though we know they're going to go, we still have to do compressions. And so that's what we're doing. We're doing compressions on people, and then, you know, you have to, you know, respectfully, you know, take care of the body when the person is passed. So that's the kinds of things that we go through. If you think that we're not going to talk about it, you're crazy. Now, the other thing is the fact that they kept on saying that these nurses needed to have more compassion. Meanwhile, at the same time, in the very next sentence, these people are saying how these nurses that need to have more compassion, they're saying that, I'm so glad that they don't work there anymore. So that's somebody's livelihood. You know, I'm sure that those nurses have children as well. And basically what you're saying is that you don't care, or that you're glad that, you know, maybe their kids aren't going to have as great of a Christmas or whatever. So although it is my unpopular opinion, I don't care what other people think. This is what I think. And guess what? I don't work in healthcare anymore. So you cannot take my job from me because I don't work there anymore. I can say whatever I want to say. I have a platform. This is my platform. I can say what I want to say. And that's exactly what I want to say. Is that you can suck it, Karen. Simple as that. Suck it. Suck it up, Buttercup. Stop complaining about nurses. You know, stop sitting there saying, I mean, don't get me wrong. If your nurse is truly a horrible nurse, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, yes, these nurses shouldn't have done what they did. I wouldn't have done it. And a lot of people throw it out of proportion, put words into my mouth, and say that I'm, you know, supporting these nurses or whatever. No. All I'm saying is that why are you bitching about it when you know it's what they talk about inside the break room anyways? You're just bitching about it because you yourself feel guilty that you know that that's you, that you're the one that bitches about stupid shit. And you don't want people to talk about you behind your back because you know that that's what you do, is you bitch about stupid shit. You know what I mean? You're the one who's going to be up at the nurse's station just, I know that I'm not supposed to be up here, but can I get a blanket? You know that that's you. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Karens. This is a Karen-free zone. I can't stand them. In fact, next week we're going to find out what happens if Karens could go through recovery. But that's another story. Jake, do you want to introduce this little snippet that we got from...
The Gilberts had fun Christmas caroling.
Woo! Yep.
Cold as shit out here.
Look what you chose to wear, Grandma.
Shut up, Kyle.
Has that ever worked?
Shut up, Kyle.
Is that ever going to work?
Well, clearly the hell not. Oh, Kyle, that ain't funny. Oh, Kyle, stop it. Kyle, you're ruining Christmas again.
Christmas is my favorite time of the year. How can you tell me I'm ruining it?
Get your shit together, Kyle. Knock on the door.
Can I help you?
Christmas.
I hate Christmas.
Well, happy holiday.
I hate the holidays.
Shining. Kyle, you're ruining it.
Oh, I got one for you guys. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. Oh, that song's about you, remember?
No, it ain't, Kyle. Don't you be lying on me.
What do you mean? That's exactly what happened to you.
No, it ain't.
I was kind of hoping you guys would listen to my rendition of The Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Yes, you are. Ooh, this is my favorite song. You're real, you're a hero.
Kyle, you almost knocked me on my ass. Stop it. I've had enough of you, Kyle. I'm leaving.
Where are you guys going? I fucking hate the holidays.
Yodelay hee hoo. We're back. I hope you enjoyed that. What did you think, Jake?
Oh, I hated it. It was terrible. It's like the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Good thing nobody values your opinion.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Nah, it's funny because it's true.
So, talking about the Gilberts and the new character from last week, Sam, I think that was a pretty good matchup. I can't wait to see the full feature film. It might even be 3 minutes long. Who knows? Just so it can fit on a TikTok. Full length feature film.
Yeah, that was just a trailer. Coming attractions.
Yeah. So, anyways, what are you doing for Christmas, Jake?
Nothing. Christmas is just another day to me. It's just like Tuesday. Like, again, why can't we all just be kind all the time? But apparently we're not all kind during Christmas. But since this episode is about Christmas woos, though, like, I got something awesome. Like, my new job, I knew that, like, everyone got a bonus there. And I'm like, nah, I'm the new guy. I'm not going to get a bonus. No, I got the same bonus that the people who've been there for 5 years got. I'm sure.
Nice.
It was like, yeah, and it was today. They just handed me a check. And it's not even the only bonus I'm getting either. Like, I'm getting the residents there. They pool a bunch of money together. And that gets, like, spread out between us, too. So not only did I get the check from the company, it was a decent-sized check, too. Like, I was like, thank you. But there's just going to be an envelope full of however much cash, like, gets pulled together from the residents, too. So,
That's
like,
awesome, dude.
right? I've literally worked there, like, maybe a total of 15 days. I've already shown, like, I've already shown my skill, and, like, they actually kind of have to, like, hold me back a little bit because they don't want me to take work away from, like, other people, which I feel that. Like, I don't want to, like, steal anybody's hours or, like, because there's
You're
people,
just an eager beaver.
well, I'm already learning how to do, like, truck orders. No one else wants to, so I'm like, all right, show me how to do it. I'll help you out, Nacho. Like, you shouldn't have to bear all of this. Like,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Nacho shouldn't have to bear that, and neither should the taquito.
So that's my Christmas. Woo! Like, I just got,
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, I'm going to get more. But, like, literally, I'll probably just, oh, no, I'm working on Christmas. That's right. But I'm also, yeah.
Bonus pay, right?
A lot. Like, it's
Nice.
a lot. Like, when I found out, I was like, would you like me to come in from open to close? Like, I'll totally do
Can
that.
I take full advantage of this situation by chance?
I think they added me Christmas Eve, too, so I think that's the same thing.
Nice, yeah. Ooh, same thing with, like, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Well, okay, here's my take on it, though. Like, when I worked in the hospital and we had 12-hour shifts and I worked night shift, like, midnight happens, right? But you don't get paid time and a half until after midnight.
That's silly.
Boo. But
Yeah.
if you're there for Christmas Eve, you get Christmas Eve and Christmas. So you get all 12 hours of holiday pay. Time and a half. Ooh. Yeah.
No, I get double pay. It's not even time and a half. It's double.
Really? That's
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
awesome.
No, this company is really awesome. I'm glad. Like, Nacho literally made it, like, super easy for me to get in there. Like, usually you have to know somebody to get into this place.
Mhm.
Nah, I, like, somehow, Nacho told me exactly what to do. He told me what I was going to have to take care of to get in, and I
And
did
you
it.
got shit
and
done.
Yeah. Like,
Nice.
I'm very grateful for this job because I had to quit the other one.
Yeah.
Because they said some dumb, we're going to ruin your life shit. And I was like, no thanks, bye.
Don't ruin
So
your
that's
life
my
shit.
Christmas. Woo! Also, it's snowing. So, you know what comes with snowing? Sledding.
That's what. Yes, that's exactly where my
Yeah.
mind went to.
That's totally like
Yes.
literally. Woo!
Yes. I have not been sledding in so long. I lived in Florida for 10 years, and then when I came here, there's a million other things that I had to worry about before, like, sledding. So that was kind of, whatever. But I do love sledding.
Oh, my
I wanna
dog
go
comes
this
with
year.
me, and like she'll go down once, and then we'll just wander off into the woods. And
Do
then
you
we'll
use
go
a
back on.
toboggan, a sled?
Usually I have a sled. I don't know where my sleds went from moving as many times.
So
as I
what is
have.
the difference? The toboggan goes like every which way down the hill, and the sled only like goes straight.
Well,
Or
toboggan's usually like longer, and like there's
I
different.
thought toboggans were round.
No, that's a saucer.
Oh,
Yeah.
the saucers look the most fun.
I
I mean, unless you're just in a garbage bag with Crisco on the bottom.
The saucers were never my favorite. It's like I like the they're larger, they're like wider in front, and then they like go back some. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking
I don't.
about.
So what do you like to do better, ski or snowboard?
I mean, I would snowboard if that was my options.
I love skiing. I always think about when South Park when they were skiing and Cartman was like,
French
French fries,
pizza.
hamburgers.
No, it's pizza.
Oh yeah, French fries, pizza. Yeah, that makes sense because hamburgers are not triangular. But
Yeah, how the hell would you hamburger with
I don't
a
know.
ski?
Well,
That sounds more like a snowboard. Like for a snowboard, it'd be
Cartman
like
looks
it'd be like
like a
hamburger, hot dog, hamburger, hot dog. That's not a thing, but it is now.
French fries, pizza. French fries, pizza. Yeah.
And then the dude was challenging Kyle, wasn't it? Or was he challenging Stan?
I don't remember.
Eh.
Probably Stan. Stan is such an interesting character on the show. Like, he started out as not that big of a character, but he's definitely. I want to say Guitar Hero. The Guitar Hero episode is probably like one of my favorites.
I don't think I've seen that one. I stopped watching South Park
Really?
years and years and years ago.
Oh, I like South Park.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just don't have time to watch TV, and I don't know. They kind of run in a cycle. Like they put out like 3 or 4 really good episodes when it's time to renew their contract, and then in between that, they're just kind of blah. They're just kind of there. They do it on purpose. Like it's all.
But Trey Parker and Matt Stone are really super creative.
I mean, they are.
They're pretty
You
brilliant.
have to be to do that kind of shit.
And of course,
Go to the
there's-
Oscars
right?
in a dress on acid. I
Not
guess that
just
doesn't-
a
that
dress,
doesn't
the
take-
J-Lo dress.
I guess it doesn't take that much creativity to do that, but
Well,
it does create an interesting story.
I'm pretty sure they're never going back.
The Oscars doesn't care about that shit. You think Will Smith isn't going to be back within the next few years?
I don't know.
He will be. No. It all runs in cycles like everything else. We're going to forget about it, or it's going to be he apologizes eventually. Like and Chris Rock has already forgiven him. Chris Rock doesn't give a shit. He thinks it's funny at this point.
I mean, the first thing that he said afterwards was, "This is the greatest moment in TV history." So,
because literally, how much attention did Chris Rock get before, during, and after that? Like again, it's a cycle. Like he got way more attention because he got slapped by Will Smith. Will Smith's already uncanceled at this point. Anyways, he's putting new movies out already. Like there's already.
Well, I feel like he was viewed as such a good guy and a respectful guy from the beginning that, who really wants Will Smith to be canceled. And he was defending his wife, So, I mean, although I don't really, condone any kind of violence.
Not even friendly violence?
I mean, like toilet paper snowballs, that's cool, but that was so much fun.
I don't know what she's talking about. I wasn't there.
That was so much fun to do that
I
skit.
don't think she was there either. I didn't see her in that clip. The fuck, Ellie?
What are you talking about? I play Kyle.
Who's Kyle? I still don't know who this Kyle. Wait, so you're Kyle? You look like a Kyle.
I am a Kyle. Look at my hat. If I wasn't a Kyle,
Oh,
why would I wear this hat?
She's wearing that shirt that doesn't make sense again.
Hey, you know what?
That thing in the
I
middle.
really
I
like-
don't understand the thing in the middle. Like, okay, so you got the
It's a
calves.
feather.
You got the calves,
Mhm.
whatever that thing is supposed to represent. And then the
but
browns, I think it's the browns. But that middle thing, like,
It's a feather.
it doesn't exist. Like, what is it?
It's a feather.
Okay, what does the feather represent?
It's a feather that goes in, one of those indigenous Native American. I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word for
Does
it.
it rhyme with, like, I don't know, fallopian?
Fallopian.
No?
I don't. I forgot what they're called. Oh, a headdress.
Okay, so got a headdress. So that
Right.
that feather goes in a headdress.
Yes.
A one feathered headdress?
I don't. Yeah, I think there is only one feather.
The only thing that keeps running through my head is Wahoo!
Pretty much, yeah.
Wahoo? I don't get it either.
Well, it was the way that the Guardians, when they were the Indians, back in the day,
I had
For
fun until
everybody.
right there.
before everybody started.
Chopped it off.
Oh. Bye, Loki.
It's only like the 5th time he's died. He'll be back. Oh, best Christmas song ever. Watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Oh yeah.
It's a song about how aliens are confused by our our holiday traditions. It was hilarious. I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. Just the song, and it's a really good song. Like the band who plays it, dressed as aliens, is really good.
Okay, I have an important question. Is this or is this not a Christmas song? Dick in a Box. Is it or is it not a Christmas
I
song?
don't know. It's my dick in a box. I'm trying to
Woo.
think.
My dick in a box, baby. Here's my dick in a box. I mean,
I don't think it's actually. Cause do they reference Christmas at all? I think it's just.
I'm
like,
pretty sure because they're like birthdays.
Yeah,
It's my dick in a
see-
box.
I think it's
I
an
think it mentions
all-around
Christmas.
gift-giving.
Right. So
song.
yeah, it's a Christmas song
I
too,
mean,
right?
Christmas is like if I don't know if it's in the song or not, but like it doesn't make it a Christmas song. And if you're gonna go that route,
Okay.
no. If we're gonna go that route, Die Hard.
I was just about to.
because it's on my shirt, jackass.
I was just about to say.
I want to throw things at you constantly, like constant. You walked in the room, and the first thing you said made me want to throw Loki at you.
What did I say?
I don't know. Because I moved on real quick. I was like, well, I'm not going to talk for a minute. I'm going to wait for her to stop. And you didn't stop for a while. That's silence is the best reaction sometimes. Because I can only control the way I act and react to anything.
As for us all.
You don't do that.
What?
Control the way you react to things.
Sometimes I do. Ooh, you know what I saw today? Listen to what I saw today. I was. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
So today I was at McDonald's and I was getting my kids some chicken nuggets. I was sitting there in the little like drive thing, like where you park and you sit there and wait for your food because I got them 80 nuggets and they always appreciate when I don't go through the drive-through. So I was sitting there waiting and I look over at the drive-through and somebody in the line of the drive-through got out and was yelling at the person in the car behind them and trying to break their window. And I was sitting there like, should I record this? I did not. I decided that it probably wasn't that good of a situation.
And people eat that shit up, though.
They do, and that's kind of what I was thinking is like, world star, but
Oh, my God.
Either way, I was just kind of thinking like, I'm not going to record this because I want to do the responsible thing. I've never recorded something like that, like exposing people's vulnerability or whatever. And I don't really think it's that cool. Like one time, there was this kid that was not that wealthy, and his classmates all got together to give him clothes. Some of the clothes were their old clothes, still had the tags on them. Some of them I guess they went to Salvation Army, something like that. Either way, they got this kid some hand-me-down clothes. And they all organized it together, all of his classmates, because he was such a nice kid they all organized this together where they had him like put his head down in the classroom and they videotaped it and everything, them giving him all these clothes and, you know, like he was crying and yada yada. And in steps, and then I come into the chat with some unpopular opinions and I got a little bit of hate for this. This was a couple years ago. Now, my thought is, because I grew up poor, my thought immediately watching that video, and I got so much hate for saying this, but how embarrassing it must be for that kid to sit there with all of his schoolmates like, yeah, like, you're such a cool guy, and we like you so much, and you're poor. So we all, like, threw together some hand-me-downs for you. And, you know, even if he was terribly grateful, like, every day that he goes to school wearing one of those things, somebody's going to be like, oh, I'm glad you like that shirt, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, you could help somebody without exploiting them type of situation. And I know that it's an unpopular opinion for me to say, like, how dare they record it? And, of course, when I said that, everybody was like, oh, you're such a Scrooge, like, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, am I, though? I don't know. How would you feel in that situation? Like,
in the lane, snow
would
is
that upset you at
glistening.
all?
No, I wouldn't care. I'm not feeling very Christmassy woo right now. No, I would not care. Like, people are going to do whatever they're going to do, and I can only control how I act and react to it. So I wouldn't react to it. I'd be like, okay, thanks, guys. Done.
Huh.
That'd be it.
I would be embarrassed.
Well,
I wouldn't like that. On the other hand, you know, growing up poor definitely turned me into the person that I am today, where I do everything in my power to not be
poor
poor.
my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, everything in my power to not be poor. However, let's go ahead.
With being poor, actually.
Huh?
I'm okay with being poor, actually.
I don't want to be poor. I know some people are okay with it, and that's cool if they are. And it's not that I want to have a lot of material possessions. It's just that I want to not be able to struggle. Like, I suppose maybe struggling builds character.
Struggling is different than being poor. Like, you can be poor and not struggle. Like, I don't feel like I'm struggling right now. And I'm not, by no means, a rich man. Well, depends on your definition of rich.
Yeah, I guess my definition of struggling would have to be, like, where you're not able to do the things that you want to do because you don't have enough money. So, you know.
There are ways to get money. You just have to...
Jake, I'm not that kind of a girl.
She's a hoe. Ho, she's a hoe. Ho, I said that she's a hoe.
That's not true.
I didn't say that.
I'm like Santa Claus.
So you're
Ho,
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 ho.
ho. So you're 3 hoes in one? Triple hoe.
Correct. I do what all the other girls don't.
No, they're all doing it now.
Oh. Well, then I better step up my game. So what's the best gift that you ever got on Christmas?
I know I had the best time for Christmas during when I was a child. I'm trying to find the best gift because honestly, nothing's really stuck with me.
No, you could talk about the best like experience that you had.
Nah,
on
we
Christmas.
already the whole Ninja Turtle thing.
Oh,
The blimp.
Yes.
That was awesome. And literally, little Jake was like, "Wow, this is so awesome!" Like literally, the words that came out of my mouth. There's like a video of it somewhere.
Oh, I would love to watch that.
Oh, I was in like the whole like my Ninja Turtle pajamas where I was like a turtle.
And of course, you had the bed sheet. Remember the bed set that they had? For sure. Like, I'm not even a boy, and I still wanted that shit. I was like, can I have the Ninja Turtles? But I went with the Little Mermaid instead. That was Ariel. That's my girl. It's true. Yeah, I would say, okay. So I am gonna talk about the best thing that I ever got was a Power Wheels when I was like, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Power Wheels.
Yes. So it was a Jeep too.
Oh, the Jeep.
Yeah.
Way to go.
So it was for me and my brother, but like within a couple months I was like too big for it. I was like, this is bullshit. They were like, stop riding the Jeep, it's for your brother. I'm like, then why did you get it for both of us? You were smaller then. Now you don't fit in there with him. And I'm like sitting there like, scoot over.
Big old booty.
Yeah. So that was probably the best gift that I ever got. Now, so one of the things about Christmas that sticks out for me the most is when I was in 3rd or 4th grade and we were opening up our gifts, and I got a it was like a mini boombox, but it had like a clock on it and, you know, like a radio and a little tape deck because it was the 90s. So there was a tape deck, the early 90s. And I remember thinking, "Oh, this is so cool." And then I got like the TLC tape, and I was like, "I could listen to TLC all day." With my new
TLC.
cool boombox.
Don't go chasing.
Yes.
Weird Al. Don't go chasing. Wait. Don't go making phony calls.
Oh, yes. It was that album too, the Crazy Sexy Cool album.
Yeah.
And like I said, it had the little clock on it, like a clock radio. And my mom was like, "Oh, look what Santa got you. Now you can wake yourself up for school."
No, Mom.
Like I said, I was in 3rd or 4th grade because I remember the house that I was in, like when I was opening the gift, and I only lived there when I was in 3rd and 4th grade. So I got this, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, so then my mom would be like, she'd wake up and be like, "Allie, you missed the bus. You didn't wake yourself up." And I'm like,
Oh, it's
"Yep,
like I'm going back to bed.
yeah, like, oh no, I guess you should have got up with me. Yeah.
I figured out what my favorite Christmas gift was.
What is it?
It's not actually a Christmas gift. It's not a gift that is given to me. It's gifts that I give. I actually like the
Ooh.
reaction that I get from giving people gifts because
Me
I'm
too.
actually like a really good gift giver. I like consider the person every time, and I always spend more. Like it's Christmas, I spend more money than I have every time.
I've noticed that because you got me a ashtray and it was Rick and Morty.
I don't
and
use
I-
ashtrays.
You don't, but I was like, man, I really need a glass ashtray for outside. And you came over with this glass ashtray, and it was Rick and Morty, and I was like, that was
There
so
you go.
thoughtful.
But like literally, like last year, I got to spend time with a family last year. And I bought it was for 2 girls that aren't like together, but like I got them a couples massage.
Nice.
And like I got them a funny ass card that said "What a quality couple," and it had koalas on it.
Aw.
It was like,
Very
but
punny.
they told me that it was like their favorite gift, and I was just like, exactly, like that is my favorite like Christmas gift that I can get is like someone else's reaction to me getting them something.
Yeah. So we had a gift exchange when I was in high school. I went to the vocational school to take diversified health occupations so that I could be an STNA or CNA, depending on where you live, when I was still in high school. So every year the teacher of the class would have everybody go to her house for a little Christmas party. And
Okay,
so
how old was this?
This was
I said
10th and
high-
11th
okay,
grade.
okay.
So
Gathering context.
yeah, I don't remember, or not 10th and 11th and 12th grade. So I don't remember if it was my junior or senior year, but I was so excited. And I remember the girl, like, it didn't really matter who I would have had. I wanted to make sure that the person knew that I thought about them, and specifically that their gift was like special to me. And there was a $25 limit. And I was so bummed because I saw these boots that I thought would look really freaking great on her.
$26.
I don't know how much money I spent, but I was like, I'm just going to tell them that I got a really good deal or something. And I got her like the boots and something else. And
They didn't believe you.
well, looking back on it, I remember everybody thinking like, why did you get her boots? And I was like, 'cause tell me these boots don't say Nicole. And like, I was so convinced, but now that I look back on it, I'm like, maybe that was really weird that I got as a gift exchange for the people.
What brand
like,
were they?
Oh, I don't know. It was something that I got from
Well,
from
the joke
the
only
mall.
works if I know the brand.
Deb.
Those boots don't say Nicole. They say Deb. Wah, wah, wah.
Wow. Okay.
I was going to say
Touche.
Converse, but that was...
Yeah, I wasn't even that close with Nicole. I was just like, gosh, whoever I get, I want to be the most thoughtful. Like, I just want them to be like, wow, I actually wanted this. Because how horrible is it when you get somebody a gift and it's like not what they wanted? And
Yeah,
they're,
thanks.
yeah, they're like visually like, wow, thanks. Oh my God, I love it.
You're like how you vomited. Thanks.
Exactly. I mean, it could be worse, you know.
My could be worse. My nose could be gushing blood. Sorry, it's another Christmas movie.
Which one?
Batman Returns.
How is that a Christmas movie?
It takes place completely during Christmas, and
Okay, so The Wizard of Oz. Did your family ever watch that on Christmas or Christmas or Thanksgiving? Like when I don't remember if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Not really.
But
It wasn't like a tradition.
maybe it's just my family. You know what else is a holiday movie in my family is Step Brothers.
I've still never seen that. People keep. You have nothing, Elf. Skirt.
That's the only reason why I didn't say anything. Okay.
No, your face said it all, and I already knew it was coming too. Like,
Oh
did
my
we just become
God.
best friends? Yep.
Do you want to go play karate in the garage?
Yep.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm pretty sure that we could find Step Brothers on some streaming service without having to pay for
Tyler,
it.
you're hilarious, man.
What?
As you were typing that in, I freaking knew it.
What is it?
The
It's
Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Their journey starts on Christmas. Yeah, so Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot of Christmas movies that
I
I
appreciate
don't
that.
understand what makes them Christmas movies.
Wait, all-time favorite actual Christmas movie: Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Home Alone.
Okay.
You mean the claymation one, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yukon
like that one a lot too.
Cornelius, the abominable snowman that became a good guy at the end.
I love the abominable
Yeah, he was
snowman.
all rah, and then ended up he had a toothache.
And then of
or
course,
whatever it was. Like,
well, that's okay because you know the whatever the dentist guy, like, I want to be a dentist. He doesn't
Nah.
want to be an elf.
Herbie doesn't like to make toys.
Yeah, I mean the Island of Misfit Toys.
I am not just a misfit.
I don't know.
You can't fire me. I quit. Why don't I fit in?
Man, those are some really good nostalgic movies.
They
Frosty the Magic Snowman, you know, when his hat blew up. The end was so
The
sad.
magic. That's not. Frosty the Snowman doesn't have the word magic in it.
What did I say?
You said Frosty the Magic Snowman. That's not how. Never mind.
But he is magic because he had the magic hat.
Snowman was a happy, jolly soul.
He was made of snow, but the children know. Maybe I fucked up the lyrics
You
already.
fuck up the lyrics on everything. It's fine.
I do, but it's okay because I'm just
That's
like,
because it's an
I
alley
don't
original.
know the lyrics,
Yeah.
but I'll sing the song anyway.
and it
I
sounds
give zero
more fun.
fucks.
And
All right, there we go.
Let's go.
Frosty the Snowman was a job. Okay, fine. I thought we were doing something there. Either way, Home Alone is definitely my favorite Christmas movie of all time.
Actually, anyone listening should call in with their favorite
yeah.
Christmas movie and explain why. Because like, there's some great Christmas movies out there that
I
maybe
agree.
we're missing one. Actually,
I really do.
the end of the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus takes place during Christmas.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the Hawkeye series just because I didn't care for Hawkeye, and
It's a good story, and he actually, in the end, he's training the next Hawkeye, and because it is like,
I know you told me
she's
this
pretty
before.
awesome too.
It's like the only part in the Marvel comic universe that I haven't really watched yet.
It's kind of awesome to me, anyways, because like he's one of the few that like don't have powers, and he still stands up. Like he's like their like I don't know.
He's like the vanilla Avenger.
The Vanilla Avenger.
The Vanilla Avenger.
If you're actually going with like vanilla, Captain America is vanilla all day long.
That is not a lie. That is not a lie. I will
And for
agree with
goodness
that.
sakes, watch your mouth. That's not going away anytime soon.
Like, he's such a nice, good guy, so vanilla, that when he realizes he can pick up Thor's hammer, he acts like he couldn't just so that Thor's ego could stay boosted.
Right?
What? He's like, I'm not going to bump up your ego, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'm a good All-American.
You take the little one.
So, yeah. Oh, did we get the phone number up there yet?
419-971-4102. Let's get some Christmas stories, Christmas
Yeah.
movies, your favorite Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
Let's hear it, folks.
I do love Christmas.
I could take it or leave it.
So when I was a little kid, tell me if you did this too, but when you're sitting with your sibling in the back seat of the car and you try to find houses with Christmas lights on it and whoever spots it first gets a point.
No, I did that in my own mind. I didn't give myself points, but I'm always looking for Christmas lights anyways. You ever want to wander and see a bunch of Christmas lights? Just walk around Lakewood, like in general. And people leave their lights on, especially during COVID, because we're still in COVID. Like Christmas lights are still up in like February. It's awesome. Me and my dog have like choice. Apparently, I'd have to look it up. It's the corner of Lake and something. There's one of those musical ones where like the music ties into the lights.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah. Oh, like when they play TSO or whatever. Like
actually, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is an awesome show. Like I've seen it a few times. I've gone like 3 times. No, it's awesome. Like it's
bet it freaking is.
It's a metal band. Like it's a metal band called Sabotage, and they just added an orchestra to it. Like it used to be a metal band. They were called Sabotage, and when he was done making Sabotage, he turned it into Trans-Siberian Orchestra. It's probably a lot easier to be in just Trans-Siberian Orchestra because like there's so many people working at it instead of like the 4 or 5 of you in a band. Like there's like 20 to 30 band members alone.
I mean, it's pretty fucking rad.
I mean, it is. It's an awesome show. The last time I got tickets, I had like choice seats too. Like the stage, where I was right off to the side of the stage, and one of the guitar players was like right here playing over top of us.
Nice, like right at nut level.
Yeah. He went to give like, cause they give out like guitar picks and stuff like that. He went to go throw it out, and there was a 5-year-old kid in front of me. So I was like, no, I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna let him give it to that kid. Like, yeah.
That was very kind of you.
I don't want to toot my own toots.
Well, go ahead and toot it up, bud.
No, it's cool. It's on the corner
Tyler,
of...
go get the Febreze just in case.
It's on the corner of Maple Cliff and Lake. Thank you, Caitlin Tuig, for posting that. I see you. But I'm sure it's fun. Like, this woman has good taste, so, like... Go check it out. I'm going to go check it out. I haven't yet. I love that. Like, I love people that go all out like that. And, like, Lakewood's really good for that. Like,
I love it. So, okay, what's your favorite part about the movie Home Alone?
I mean, it's a pretty violent movie. I'll just stick with the violence because, like, dude, like, rams a nail through his foot. Yeah, like, it's it's just violent.
I mean, like, so there's this, there's the hot doorknob, there's the flamethrower on
the paint can
head.
swinging at your head. I guarantee that was a killer.
Oh my god! So okay, I heard this little thing about the movie from, I can't remember the actor's name that plays Marv.
The tall one or the short one?
The tall one.
I just remember him from the movie Bushwhacked after that because he got to play. That movie was hilarious.
I've never seen it.
It's him, like, he's the scout leader, but he's not supposed to be. Like, he's not supposed to be the scout leader. Like, he just, like, he's hiding out or something and has to, like, but like, he's in the it's basically like Home Alone, but in the wilderness, and just him.
Gotcha.
He's talking about the map, and he's like, they're trying to get to a certain, they're like, oh, it's this far away. He's like, how can it take that long? It's that far! Because it's, like, that big on the map.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. I think it's funny.
So in that, I heard that they were going to use a fake spider, right? And he's like, okay, cool.
No, do the real thing.
Well, it turns out that they couldn't create a real-looking spider, and how would they get it to crawl?
Did they not tell him they were going to do it?
Not until, like, the last minute. And so when he's like, I don't want to scare this spider, and then it releases its poison like
It was probably
fur or
defanged and all
whatever.
that, though.
Right. I don't want it to bite me or anything. And they were like, oh, don't worry, a spider doesn't have eardrums or something like that. And that scream that you hear when they lay the spider
real.
on its face is real.
I love shit like that.
That was the most woman in desperation, like, ah! I mean, like, that is one of the best screams of all time. That beats any 80s slasher film. I don't even care. That scream is one of the best.
No, I want to
in my opinion.
Heck yeah.
Yes. A random Home Alone movie fact. Let's go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
So the old black and white film that's so iconic that he used for the pizza thing doesn't exist. It was it was created just for the movie.
That's awesome.
I've always wondered that. Like, where... Keep the change, you filthy animal. Like, where did that come from? Wow. Huh. How much do I owe you? AC said 10%. AC's not here. I probably messed up the lyrics again.
You did. I'm just waiting for it to end.
Okay.
I'm not going to correct you. I'm just going to wait for it to be over.
You know what, Jake? I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10. Why'd you stop? That was for you. Bump, set. You did kill it, though. It was good. I like that.
See, she kind of knows me.
A little bit.
Un pequeño.
Did you see those TikToks where they have, probably not, but.
No.
Yeah. So they'll have like a couple, right? And so the one person like asks the other person a question, and then they try to like answer what they think that the other person is going to answer as.
So you mean like there's the Newlywed Game, basically.
Kind of, yeah, but it's a trend where like you ask a question, like the husband will be like if she's sitting there. There was this one where this woman
What's
was
my favorite vacation destination?
not exactly questions like that.
Ah, see.
She was sitting on she's pregnant and she's sitting on one of those balls, and he's like, "Hey babe, what are you doing?" And at the same time both of them were like trying to get this baby out of me. Like I mean, I think they're definitely set up
I get it.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but
Guess
yeah.
what I'm gonna say and say it at the same time.
Yeah.
So it is set up because there's.
It seems like most of them are. And that's what I think is so funny is that like I like things that are, like original and funny and or factual, interesting.
Natural.
But it seems like a lot of the stuff that's popular on TikTok is like anything that can get your attention for most people.
Well, yeah. Good or bad attention, like it's negative or positive.
Yeah.
And it's more negative than positive these days because that's the world we live in.
True.
It's easier to draw negative attention than it is positive.
Yeah. Okay, so talking about this TikTok that I made that got all the views, and of course I'm seen as a villain.
I
The
mean,
only other
you're sitting
thing-
next to me, and we're like partners, so you're a villain. Hate to
I
tell
accept
ya.
that.
You should.
I
Accept
totally
it.
accept that. Honestly, like
Sometimes the villains are right though.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would love to play a role where I'm a villain, just because I think I would be good at it. Even
A
though
villain
like
can just be an evil person. It doesn't have to be like.
they don't even have to be evil though.
Yeah.
A villain can be anybody that society thinks is a villain.
There you go.
The only other thing that I've ever gotten a lot of attention for online,
The
which
ALS thing.
this one went worldwide viral, was the ice bucket challenge. And the only thing that I was trying to say, and it was satire or whatever, and I mocked the people that were doing the ice bucket challenge in their bikinis
I feel like
and
that
not
was
mentioning.
your first flip the switch moment. Because
Yes,
you were serious. You were like
exactly.
serious, and then
Exactly.
you just like.
But yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I came in a hot pink bikini with my big old jugs, and I was like, I played a character, and I was
Hi,
like,
guys.
yeah, exactly. I was like a giddy little valley girl. Like, I don't even know what ALS is or what ALS stands for.
Alls.
I don't even know that I'm supposed to donate anything. I really just want attention for myself. If you could not tell that that was satire, you'd probably sent me a couple of death threats via email, because there was quite a few. I was getting 5 or 6 messages per second, and like every 100 or so, there was somebody that's like, I know where you live, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like,
I'm gonna call y'all out for not following through on that, because here she sits years later.
Yeah, punk ass.
Don't make idle threats. Idle threats get you nowhere.
Yeah, but even then, I was still somehow seen as a villain, because people didn't like that I was pointing out their behaviors.
And I was wrong. No, this is why.
that was kind of fucked up.
This is why I tell people what they're doing wrong all the time, and they just don't like it. So, because like
Nobody likes to be told
nah,
that what they're doing
actually,
is wrong.
I would love for someone to tell me I'm wrong and come at me with like evidence. Don't just say you're wrong. You're wrong. Here's why you're wrong.
Right. Like, if you present me with evidence and I see that, oh my gosh, you're correct, then guess
Exactly.
what? I'm going to change my opinion, because
I will
that's
have
the right thing to do.
Have an intelligent conversation
Right.
with you about whether I'm right or wrong and why I'm right or wrong.
Dude, I can't agree with you
being
anymore.
an adult.
I know, right?
It's called being an
That's
adult.
why I don't understand why politics are so.
Not adult like.
Yeah, like, why are we sitting? I freaking hate politics.
Why can't we all grow up together?
I don't know. I mean, we could grow up together, but
Mentally and emotionally.
lean on me when
We
you're
all
not
need-
strong, and I'll be a friend. I'll help you carry on. Sorry,
I think the Gilberts need to go karaokeing.
I love karaoke.
Me too. My warm-up song is "Ba with the Ba" by Kid Rock. And this is for the questions that don't have any answers.
And the topless dancers.
The gander freaks, cars packed with speakers, the G's with the 40s and the chicks with beepers, the northern lights and the southern comfort, and it don't even matter if your veins are punctured.
So my warm-up song is "What's Up" by the Four Non-Blondes.
I don't know that song.
You probably do.
It's not. No, it's not the song I'm thinking of.
You know, and I said, hey,
Oh,
yeah. What's going on? But anyways, so I was a karaoke DJ, and so people would ask me to sing duets with them. My favorite duet to sing was Seether, Broken. I love anything Amy Lee. I just love her.
Seether's like one of my favorite live bands, so like
They're fantastic
I got you.
as well.
I got you.
Okay.
Actually, I have this theory.
But my least favorite is Picture.
I have this.
We're not going to be doing
I have
Kid
this
Rock and Cheryl
theory.
Crow.
Okay, so that's how like far out it was. You said Picture, and I didn't go to that song. Like, that is not. Yeah. I have this theory about Seether. The lead singer of Seether is actually Kurt Cobain. Sean, he faked his own death, got off the drugs, gained 35 pounds, and changed the octave of his voice. He wanted to be less popular. He like stated that he wanted to be less popular. Like that's why he killed himself. Like his music was too popular and it was being bastardized by society. So he didn't want to be around anymore. I don't actually believe this, but it's an interesting theory. Like, and I totally see it. And he actually Seether just remade the Nirvana song that was on Stranger Things that is now super popular now. It's escaping me at the moment, but.
I can't think of what it is either.
It's like a really soft. There's something.
I was
in
just
the
thinking that, yeah.
way. But it like totally. It's just more evidence that Sean Morgan is actually Kurt Cobain.
That is a pretty. I do like that song.
Something in the way.
Something. Yeah, that is a really good song. I like that one.
I mean, it's Nirvana. Anything like Nirvana is actually like quality music. He keeps it really simple, keeps his lyrics simple so everyone can relate to it. And like that's like one of the awesome things as a musician, like you make things vague and simple. It's easier to relate to the general masses. Like you can make it deep but vague, connected to anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Think about the music that's popular.
Yeah, if anybody can connect to it, that's what works.
That's how you make money. Get as many people to connect with what you're saying.
I agree.
The simplest way possible.
Well, why don't we go ahead and close out tonight's show with a prayer? Damn. I'm glad that didn't work. Okay. So what we're going to do is close out the show just like we do any other night. So next week, we're still going to be talking about Christmas. Still my favorite subject. And it's going to be like the day before Christmas Eve or something like that, right?
I don't know.
It's the day before Christmas Eve. Yeah, so we're going to go
Every
ahead
day
and...
is Tuesday to me.
Well, it'll be a Friday.
Tuesday.
So it'll be Fru's Day. It'll be Jake's Tuesday, but our Friday. And we're going to have Karen Recovery. Okay, so you've heard of Alcoholics Anonymous, but get ready for Recovering Karens. Headed your way soon.
So we're
just
going
in time for the
So
holidays.
we're going to RK, Recovering Karens.
Yeah.
Karens Anonymous.
RKA,
Karens
Recovering
Anonymous.
Karens Anonymous. Absolutely.
Oh,
we're taking it there. Is there recovery for Karens? I believe there is. So we're going to go ahead and talk about it next week.
We'll find
here
out.
on Flip the Switch. You guys have a good night.